like this.
Son of a bitch.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Sup, you beautiful bastards! Welcome back to the Threeskins podcast. My name's Philip DeMatthew. And this is Lewis and Greg.
Hey.
How's your week been, boys?
How we doing?
Yeah, it's been a decent week. I definitely had 7 days in it. It was
That joke was weak.
Oh, but that joke was stronger. But it's still weak, technically.
That joke was stronger. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to go first because I want to talk about this. I watched the newest Blade Runner. Been a massive fan of the original Blade Runner.
I forced him to sit down and watch it.
Is it good?
Oh, I love it.
It's incredible, isn't it?
I think it's brilliant.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's one of the best films ever. It's just
incredible. I
incredible.
watched it probably about 3 days ago, and you know those movies that you think about.
That's really nice to hear because normally when they like rehash things like that, it's normally awful. So that's really cool to hear.
I don't want to say it's better than the original because I've only watched it once.
You're going to annoy some people.
But
It's one of those films that is near the original.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
At the
That's
very
nice
least.
to hear.
It's
I haven't
incredible.
seen either.
it's the
of
best
them.
sequel I've ever watched.
You need to watch them. They're good.
It's
I need to watch Blade Runner.
I think it even beats Empire Strikes Back as best sequel of all time.
Oh, he went there.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Just
The best
because I think
sequel.
it's incredible.
The best
It's,
sequel of all time is Ace Ventura 2: When Nature Calls. So.
Have a mint. Do not pass go. Do not collect. Turn to die.
Dude, one of my favourite bits is in any movie is literally when he's out the rhino thing. Can you imagine what that was like when they were writing
Mother
it?
Rhino is giving birth.
Yeah, I bet that's one of those things the
And then his
writers.
dad like pukes in his mouth.
Yeah.
And
I bet it's one of those things that the writers wrote, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this would be decent." And then they watched it as it was being filmed. And they're just like, "Nah, this is better than we imagined it."
I bet it's one of those things as well that took like, because with all films you have an estimated time of filming. I bet it took like double because there's no way. I've watched that film like 700 times. I still laugh. So could you imagine when they were trying to film it, and he's just doing all this dumb shit?
would have been mental.
Hi ho silver away. Right. Yeah. So what else have you done?
Been playing Spider-Man still.
I've been playing a
I
shit
love
ton of
it.
Spider-Man. It's
so
so
It's a
good.
great game. So.
We've been calling out for a decent superhero / Spider-Man game for years, and we finally got one.
It's taken them a while because the only other good superhero games you get are the Batman games. Every other superhero game is shit.
I think it's just about it's just the time like technology's finally caught up where they're like we can do that. And
Yeah, we can actually do it.
But in the
now.
past they
Yeah.
tried to hash out and it was just like they didn't.
I don't
have
know
the
though.
means to do
They've
it.
just never tried. If you think about
It's 'cause
Marvel
normally
games,
it's movie license.
Yeah, you think
movie
about-
license games
yeah.
are trash.
you think about like all the Marvel games that come out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're killing it with the films. I mean, I don't think all the films are that good, but they're doing
No.
well.
I've
But
never
the
understood-
games are so shit.
I've never-
Literally
yeah, but
every game I've played by Marvel games is
I'll
just
tell you why.
trash.
It's because normally what they're trying to do is just make you play the scenes that are in the movies.
Yeah, but no one wants to do that. You
Exactly.
Wanna,
No.
Do you
one-
remember
one
the-
thing
do you-
everyone, you either want to play as the big cool characters like Spider-Man, or you want to create your own character. That's what people want to do in superhero games. That's just a fact.
Do you remember when they were so lazy? It was like the sort of PlayStation 2 era where they would make like movie license like superhero games, and they couldn't even be bothered to make their own cutscenes. They would just rip the cutscenes straight from the film.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember those? And you'd just be playing and it would just snap, and you'd be watching the film.
I'm
and you'd
so
be like,
glad that era of like video game is
Yes,
dead. It's so glad it's gone.
I
Yeah.
did like the Lord
The
of
new
the Rings
Spider-Man
ones,
is
though.
amazing.
Yeah, to be honest, those were probably the only movie games that were decent with the Lord of the Rings.
Oh
ones.
god, I remember having the PlayStation 2 Lord of the Rings game. I cannot remember for the life of me what one it was. It was probably the first one. But I remember that being quite good.
They're good. They
was.
were
It was.
probably the only ones I enjoyed.
So that's game talk over.
Yeah,
What
game
have you
talk.
actually been up to, boys?
You know what? Like, not much. Like, since we got back from holiday, I've sort of
Editing.
just been... We've been doing...
Yeah, you guys have been
we've
on an
we're doing
editing
a lot of
rampage.
editing, trying to get those shitty videos out. So by the time that you guys watch this podcast, we've probably got all of the shit videos out. So.
Please go watch them. They're not getting any views because we're not clickbaiting the crap out of them.
Well, we
the
did clickbait the crap out the
yeah.
last one, so hey. Oh, well, the last one. You've probably seen the next one as the last one, but you know what I mean.
Your boiled alive video gave me like the heebie-jeebies.
I can understand.
One of my
why-
biggest things is like the thought of drowning.
Yeah,
and
it
you
is.
had like that much room, and I was
See,
like,
the thing is, I feel.
I thought it'd be funny, but then it turned out it was like torture.
it was
Yeah,
horrible.
I feel like the camera doesn't even really get how claustrophobic it is in there. Because the thing is we only show the parts where we got the light shining on us.
yeah.
But there was quite a few parts where you don't have any light. You're trying to fiddle about with the phone to get
Oh
the light back on,
God.
and it's like it's just steam all around
And
you. And it's
we're
just
in
like,
there like obviously we both were in there for about 5 minutes each. We cut it down to a minute, so you don't get to see all of the.
Yeah, like hot, like
So
otherwise it would have just
times
been
longer
it would have
than
been
it
10
actually-
minutes of just
Choking.
if we did it.
Nah, it
the full footage,
creeped me the
but-
fuck out.
we're gonna take a little bit longer on the last video just because of the subject matter, but
Yeah, sensitive. So
yeah, it will come out
I'm sure
eventually,
you've
and then
told
we're
me, but I
and then
can't
we're
it should be out by the time this comes out.
and
Yeah,
then-
this will be out.
oh
in
definitely be
ages,
out by
so.
then, but yeah, if you see that, we're probably on some sort of Scientologist list. It depends
I'm
how
pretty
we
sure,
edit it.
Yeah, but there's
I'm
not
glad I'm
many
not
ways.
associated with that,
Not
so
many
that's all
ways to edit like a Scientologist thing positively. Let's just put it that way.
Just really hype him up. Just do like just completely delete all the audio that you made
one
and
thing
just
we could do
just
is go.
praise him.
Why don't you come to this great hotel that give you Scientology? What they called like auditing or some shit.
Auditing.
Well, yeah, just make it look like a documentary. Not documentary, advertisement for Scientology. And we'll dress up like, what do they... I imagine they dress like Mormons, but they probably don't. You know, like white shirt with black tie.
I'm just thinking like white suits.
White jumpsuits. Like we should
I'm
make
imagining like Men in Black guys.
bubble
are gonna
wrap
come take
suits
you
like
away.
a dude, where's my car?
That's a
saying.
film, man.
Yeah, I honestly haven't been up to that much
No,
this week.
I've had
Nothing to write home about.
I've had a pretty up and down couple of days. So
Go
I got asked to Comedy Central.
Oh yeah.
They do a live festival, like a live show. I had no idea it even existed. I just had a message like, Jimmy Carr and Catherine Ryan host this show called Your Face or Mine or something, and it's just this really shallow program about like.
But they know
get,
it's
like,
shallow.
Yeah, no, you know it is. They were really good to us. They asked us all before, like, do you mind going up on
It's-
stage
yeah.
and being judged? And I was like, I couldn't.
It's a
care
show
less.
about two relatively unattractive people criticizing other relatively unattractive people.
Yeah, but it was the main premise of the show is that they get a celebrity couple and a lineup of men, and you have and they rate the audience rate the men from or women from best looking to worst looking, and then the celebrity has to put himself where he thinks he is in the lineup, like first or third. But we did a different one. We did sort of There was a comedian. His name was Bobby Mayer. I've seen him a couple of times on TV actually. I didn't know it was going to be him, and he was really funny. And we just had a lineup. It was 5 of us, and he just had to stand next to each of us and vote whether he was better looking or worse looking. And he'd like cover his eyes, and the audience with paddles would vote who was better looking at the two of us. And if he won, he earned some money for charity. And I was the only one that got voted uglier than him. And I have to put up a photo of him. He looked like you with a beard.
Oh, okay. I don't know who he is. I'll have to
He's a
look him up.
Canadian guy. He looks like you with a beard because they compared him to, in the first round, they compared him to Macaulay Culkin.
So
Oh shit! It is me.
Yeah, he looked like you with a beard.
Wait,
But
what's his name again? I'm gonna look him
Bobby
up.
Mayer, his name is. But
Bobby Mayer.
Jimmy Carr was very nice to me, in a way.
right, cunt.
Yeah. No, he told me I was very svelte. I had a dancer's body.
That's
And,
nice.
but then the comedian brought up my little
Shit, yeah, he
gimpy
does.
moustache. I'll put a picture of him on the screen for everyone.
Let's have a
Bobby
look, Greg.
Mayer.
He does look like Macaulay Culkin a bit.
I got voted uglier than him. Which I don't know if I'm
He
kind of
would-
proud of or
Write
if
in
I'm
the
deeply
comments
He
below.
would look better if he didn't
Yeah.
have one of those shitty beards.
Those
No,
see-through
but the
beards.
trouble was that
Yeah,
all
like
the
the
other
sort of beard I would grow if I grew one.
all the other guys on the lineup were very handsome guys. I don't know why they cropped me in with it was
'Cause
just it was
they-
just handsome big
they-
guys and me.
Yeah, but they need the.
I came straight up and he said the first thing he said was finally somebody I can compete against. And 600 people laughed at me and I was like,
Dude, I guarantee you, 4 years ago, you wouldn't have done that.
no, I would have done because
No.
it's working with Jimmy Carr.
No,
That
no,
was
no.
why I did it,
No,
'cause I was like, I
no,
get to
no,
on stage
no.
with Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, but you would have come off the stage with tears.
No, I
in your
wouldn't.
eyes? Yeah,
I'd have been a
such
bit like
pussy.
no, I'd have been a bit like, oh, it's a bit gutting, but like I wouldn't have been genuinely upset, and I definitely would have done it. Like it was just like that chance to go and work with Jimmy Carr, and my life seems to, as soon as I think things are going on track and things are getting good, God, if he exists, probably not, decides to take a huge shit on me. So this was at like 4:00, and Jimmy Carr's live stand up. He was doing about 9:00, and I was like, I'm not hanging around for like 5 hours. We'll go back home. And then we'll come back. And I managed to get a ticket, because we were there for free. I was like, I'm not going to miss out on seeing Jimmy Carr. Like, I got a free ticket. I'm going to go see Jimmy Carr. So we go back home, and on the way back, my car broke down on the motorway.
Topic 1.
Celebrity interactions.
Okay.
Well, I've just ruined mine.
Well, that's why I said that we need to segue.
That's like his only celebrity interaction.
No, but I'd already explained that bit. The part that you didn't want me to talk about was being stood on the side of the M27 for fucking 2 hours.
Yeah, that is funny though.
It wasn't funny. It was so cold.
So you've never been walking around and seen someone famous.
Yes, I have.
Well, then you can talk about it.
And this will probably be one of these topics that we'll talk about now, and I can't really think, but we'll come off and I'll be like, shit, no, I met so-and-so before, blah, 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 blah. No, I remember one time being in Westfields, which is a shopping centre in London, and I saw the guy who plays Ian Beale on EastEnders, and he had a little hat on and some sunglasses, and he was walking around like this, and he's really short in real life, and he was with this big tall lady. And I was like, I was the only one that saw him. And like when you see someone you don't know, because no one else saw it, you don't know if your brain was just playing. I was like, I swear I just saw Ian Beale. And everyone was like, fuck off. I was like, I definitely just did. It was definitely him.
I've not really ever had like interactions with big celebrities. I've had interactions with like big indie musicians.
I've seen a lot of
but
people.
That's just, but like the people I would be talking about, people would just be like, who? So it's just, what's the point?
No,
of
there's a
talking
big difference. There's a big difference between spotting people and interacting with them. Because for being on YouTube for so long, like don't take this the wrong way. I love it when people come up to me and when fans come up and say hello to me. It's fucking awesome, and I prefer it than when you just stare at me and message me later like, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't come." I'm like, "Come and say hello." But I know how it can be sometimes when you're in your own little world, or like you might have something bothering you, and somebody comes up to you while you're like, and you. Don't feel like you have to perform, but you're just like, this isn't my best right now, and I don't want you to be disappointed. So whenever I see people and someone's like, go get, I'm just like, I don't want to bother them.
Dude,
I've seen a lot of people, but interacting
Lewis,
with them,
you will make them disappointed. You make them disappointed.
They'll always walk away disappointed.
Because when they see you, they're not thinking, oh my god, it's Lewis from DWMC. They're thinking,
oh my god,
it's Lewis from DWMC.
Can you give me Matt's number?
Where's Matt? Is Matt about?
Do you know
Can you call Matt? Can you invite Matt down?
The amount of times I'd be out in town or something, and people would be like, "So where are the other guys?" So I don't live with them, and we're not like glued to each other.
Why don't you ask them?
Yeah, fucking ask them where they are. I don't know.
When you eat up, and I'll tell you.
Who have you met then? I'm trying to think. You talk, and I'll
one of the youngest. No, there's a few. Any American viewers will have no idea what we're talking about. But when me and Greg were younger. We were on a show called Charlie's Garden Army. Now, Charlie Dimmock in the early noughties, was huge.
Yeah, she was very big.
She was part of Ground Force.
Ground Force with Alan Titchmarsh.
And
if you don't know what we're talking about, this is English daytime telly.
But yeah, we were actually like the main part of that show. It was around our family.
That's awesome. Oh,
trust me, it's getting into something better. Charlie Dimmock was like she
was famous for being basically someone that didn't wear a bra.
Yeah.
And she did.
Oh, like most women in the 90s on telly.
Well, there was a funny bit because in the actual video they throw her into the water feature. It's like this huge thing.
Of course they did.
They did, yeah. And then she gets up and nips, bro. I was about 8 years old and I was like, whoa. And she obviously immediately noticed and then like kind of like went back into it, so it's just here, so her nips aren't showing. But anyway, so we were supposed to meet Ainsley Harriott. He was booked to be there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was booked to be there, but he had to pull out. And there was another cook there. So
I imagine everyone knows who Ainsley Harriott is.
Man, that would have been the best thing of my childhood if we met Ainsley Harriott.
Ainsley Harriott is like...
He's like my favourite person.
I need to have pictures pop up throughout this whole
Muscovado.
thing.
Muscovado. No, everyone knows who Ainsley Harriott is. He's like a meme.
Well, that's the thing. I imagine a lot of foreign people might not know who he is. But if I put a picture up, they'd be like, "Oh, that."
But another thing that happened when we were there is they had like a grand opening for like the new garden, and they invited some geezer from Kids TV. Was it? Is
Dominic Woods.
Dominic Woods. He's like does
Dick
like
and
magic.
Dom.
Love Dick and Dom.
Yeah, Dick and Dom. Yeah, Dick and Dom. Yeah.
I love
So
Dick
he
and
was
Dom.
Dom from Dick and Dom, and he was really nice.
He was amazing.
He was a very nice guy. He was amazing with the kids. Like
That's
which
awesome.
were us. We were just following him around all day, like getting him to do magic.
Dude, I'm not even joking. There was about 10 kids following him around everywhere, and like
Yeah.
he'd be like, "Right, kids," and he'd get to the toilet. We'd all follow him, wait outside the door, and then he'd come back out, and then he'd do some more magic.
That's really cool, though.
And,
when
he
did
was
that.
legit cool. He was really nice.
But then I remember there was a bit where like there was this group of people that come over to us and like, right, Dom needs you guys to leave him alone for a bit. He's got to learn a trick for the show.
yeah, they did say that, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
So that's like 2 people that were famous that we met, and then one we were supposed to, and it was like a whole show based around our family.
Yeah, that was very weird.
It
was a very-
so surreal. It almost feels like it didn't.
It does.
exist.
It sort of feels like it sort of feels like it didn't really happen, but
Yeah.
it did. It definitely did. It's very weird.
We'll
we were very young.
upload some videos from it because you will not be able to find it
I was
online.
like 7, 8.
Yeah, we were young.
Maybe I can have it as the advert if you can find enough
But,
footage of it.
yeah, I can.
Oh, that reminds me of
It's
another
on
thing
DVD
we did
somewhere.
do is we were in an advert.
Yeah, but that's not. That's
Yeah,
not
I know,
me.
but that's relating to this.
We got more work than him by the time we were
Yeah, we
10.
we were in an advert for a zoo.
For what?
For a
A
zoo.
zoo.
We
I thought you said for zoo. Like
yeah, it's
the,
like
the
and it's like
porn man.
oh yeah, and lovely families come to, and it's just us like feeding kangaroos. It's about.
They spent half the time being like, "Don't look at the camera, don't look at the camera," and we were just looking at the camera, and they left that footage in anyway, so it was pointless.
It was so hard. Like I was like 7. I don't know how to not look at a camera.
So
Shot it
any
in my
more
face.
famous people? There's people I've seen, obviously, but like when it comes to interaction, actually, just saying, going back to that, see-through titty woman, she shouted at me for throwing rocks at the fish.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's fair enough. He was
Yeah.
throwing rocks at the fish.
What did she say to you?
Don't do that, you little cunt. Nah, but that's what
I can't
Don't
remember
do that, you
exactly.
That's what-
fucking bastard.
that's-
I hate working with you fucking kids, you know that.
That's what I would have done.
That's like proper interaction, like them.
That
two.
properly
But-
sums up you, though. You're given this little opportunity as a kid.
No,
what do you do to be a
I-
little asshole?
Like I said,
I'll
I
throw rocks at a
my
fish.
my thing is when I go to like indie gigs, I've just talked to the musicians at bars. But like I said, no one would know. Anything.
Okay, name the biggest one.
Doug Marsh.
Yeah, Doug Marsh.
I don't know.
Doug Marsh is huge. Okay.
Doug Marsh, bro.
Doug Marsh from Built to Spill. Okay, he is.
You've actually, I didn't know they're your
I-
favourite
I-
band as well. aren't
Yeah,
they?
I talked to him. I literally only talked to him for like maybe 20 seconds.
But
that was
when
it was nice. It
when
was
it
nice.
comes to
it was
like
nice interaction.
famous
He's
people,
a very nice guy.
me and you, it's just YouTubers.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We've been at parties with them all, and
Yeah.
you don't go over and say anything because
I
half of them
I
are so
sniffed it-
shallow
I-
and assholey.
I sniffed a chair that Jenna Marbles had sat on.
Yeah, you did. We were sat.
I didn't actually do that.
We were
but-
sat next to Jenna Marbles, weren't we, at YouTube Space, and you were waiting for her to get up.
Yeah, there were. Dude,
The thing about YouTubers is that they present themselves like they're the most open, loving, caring people ever. But the amount of parties that we went to, and they just stare at you like, "We don't know you, and you're not in our clique." And they
Yeah,
look at you like that, and you're
That's
like,
that's what
"Fuck
I've
off."
heard a lot about YouTubers is they're very clicky.
Yeah.
No. I would say that they're cliquey in their own respective what they do. So it's like if you're a vlogger, you're in the vlogger clique. If you're doing challenges, you're in the challenges
Yeah.
clique. And if you're doing,
But the trouble is that they didn't make me feel comfortable. A lot of people, I can feel I can just go over and say, "Hello, nice to meet you all. I'm from so and so," you know. But them, I was like, I can't go over because they'll be judgy. Do you know what I mean?
Who are
I
you?
can't go and they'll just be
How
like,
many subs you
"Hi."
got?
Yeah, I'm not fucking going over to you. I can't be bothered.
you can
Not
say
all YouTubers are like that. We've met some YouTubers that are
pretty
fucking
much every
awesome.
single person that we've collabed with, we got on with.
Oh
really
god,
well.
yeah, everyone we kind of, and we also Mark Ferris. he was in with like Zoella and Joe Sargon. I don't know any of those guys, so I can't say personally. But Mark is the coolest guy ever.
He's so nice.
He's
so
lovely,
tall
man.
as well.
That guy's amazing.
How was Marina Joyce? Is she nice?
Yeah, I like her.
Oh, Crazy Cakes, man. Yeah, you liked her, didn't
I
you?
love her, bro.
Yeah, I like her too.
She follows me on Twitter now, yeah.
I remember how gutted you were. You were like, I only got 2 pictures and they're both blurry.
They're both blurry, bro.
I've never seen you genuinely gutted.
I was upset.
Smells of air all around me. Is that what she says?
Yeah, it smells.
I love her. She is just incredible.
I love her too. Yeah, when it comes to famous people, there's probably I've seen loads of famous people, but when it comes to interacting, YouTube people are famous now. They get stopped in the street. They get paid loads of money.
You guys get.
I just remembered a really cool
They're
one.
famous.
I met Kenny Baker when I was younger. Who was the dwarf who was inside R2-D2 in the original Star Wars
yeah?
films.
Oh, that's cool.
I met him. He's awesome.
Did you pat him on the head?
No, I didn't pat him.
Did he go bleep bloop bleep bloop?
No, well, at the time, at the time, I must have been about 7, so I was probably about the same height as him. But I remember I was in the Scouts as a kid, and I had I had my uniform on, and he went, "Oh, you're a Brussels sprout, are you?" And I didn't know what that meant, and I had to.
He doesn't talk like that.
He did talk like that. He went, "Yeah, Brussels sprout, are you?" And I went. I was like, yeah, I had to ask my dad what it meant. But
It's completely changed my perception of Star Wars forever. Because I'm going to be watching it now, and he
died a couple of years ago, but he was so
going to
nice.
be beeping at someone, and I'm just going to be thinking, "Are you a Brussels sprout? Are ya?"
No, but he was like, I don't want to take the piss, but he was really nice, and like he had a lot of time for me and my dad. He spoke to us a lot. He was a really cool guy. Yeah, that one just cropped up. Remember that? He signed a little thing for me as well. I've got a little picture somewhere in my room somewhere of R2-D2 and he signed it for
Oh,
me.
that reminds me, I got a signed thing from the Darth Vader dude.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, fuck, no, it's all coming back to me now. I went to Comic-Con a couple of years ago and I met...
Hobbit.
Yeah, I met one of the dwarves from The Hobbit. I met Adam Brown, who was Ori. And then I met Mira Reed from Game of Thrones. And she was also in Misfits. She was cool.
Who's Mira Reed?
If you watch Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
you know the girl that drags Bran around.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
more.
Okay, yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really annoying me because I should have prepared because I know I've met.
That's
more
why I'm going nuts because I'm
famous
trying to
people.
remember. I'd have forgotten.
I
both
tell you,
of
I
those.
tell you one, and this isn't me. This is my mum. She was in London, and some really tall dude just brushed past her. Yeah, she
Was it
turned
Dolph
around.
Lundgren?
Nah, it's fucking Piers Morgan. I was
Oh, I
like, why
wouldn't
didn't
wanna
you give him a
fucking-
headbutt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why didn't you just fucking shank him?
He
I'd
was
love
just,
to
he was
meet
just walking
that
past,
prick.
walking past in like that blue fucking stupid suit.
I
He's a
hate
piece
him.
of shit.
He is a piece of shit. It's just like half the shit he says, he doesn't even really think. He's just
No.
like, how can I be
It's called
super controversial
It's
and annoying?
called being a provocateur.
Yeah.
AKA
It's called being
Greg.
a complete cunt.
It's Greg.
Yeah, I like provoking people, but letting them know I'm joking.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
You're a joker.
I've never wanted to
Well, I
punch.
don't know.
I've never wanted to punch somebody more than that. Did you see that recent thing of Piers Morgan trying to make that woman look stupid? And he,
Oh,
and he
the
was
pie.
like, "You probably don't even know the square root of pi," which is a ridiculous thing to bring up. I bet only about 30% of adults even do know that. I couldn't tell you what the square root of pi is.
Pretty sure you
and then
can't-
she's like, "No, do you know it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's so and so point," and it was wrong.
I'm pretty sure you can't. Can you square root pi?
Whatever it, you
Because
know.
pi's like a never-ending number.
I
No,
don't.
no,
know.
he was talking about like saying pi to 10 or something.
But he just looked like a
10
complete prick, and I've never wanted to.
Why
hit
does that
somebody more.
matter?
Because he's a dickhead. He was just trying to make this girl look stupid, and it just
Oh, so
completely
it's like,
backfired on
yeah,
him.
you're dumb. You can't do like pi.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And then they went, "Well, can you?" And he went, "Yes, it's blah blah blah," blah," and it was completely wrong. And everyone in the even the people in the studio hate him because they were like, "You're fucking wrong, mate."
I just don't. I don't get. I
Asshole.
don't get it.
People watch it though. That's why he's there. That's why he's still
But that's
employed.
why stuff like that exists because
People like being annoyed, don't they? They like putting their telly on and being like, "Ah, what can I get
Fucking
pissed off
prick."
about?" Yeah.
No, but not
So
just
if you
that.
really hated him, you'd
But
stop
there's-
watching.
I think
it.
there's people that watch Piers Morgan and they believe what he says. They still, obviously, they still think he's a prick because everyone thinks he's a prick, whether they agree with him or not. But I think a lot of people just like the shit he says. They listen to it. It's like, yeah, he's right.
Mate, we live in a world, and especially a country where at least 75-80% of people believe everything that they see and hear. The amount of dirge that's on daytime
Yeah, well, I
telly.
don't believe what you just said.
Good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
And I don't believe
Form your own opinion.
And I
sir.
don't believe what Matt just said, so I believe you. I actually do have another celebrity interaction, but this was over Twitter. But it's funny. Okay, so you know Donkey, the famous guy that sounds like he's black, but he's not. He's just like a chubby white guy.
Greg, that he won't know who he is.
Chubby, basically.
But he doesn't know.
Okay, so he's like, but he's famous. He's got more subscribers than you by like a long shot. And he's got like a girlfriend that's got like this really high pitched voice.
Yeah.
And basically, he was going on the H3 podcast, and I just thought, I was like, what can I get these guys with? I'm gonna do a little funny joke. So I just put, they look like they smell bad, and that's what I put. But it like. I got so much hate, and even Donkey's girlfriend replied going, "No, we don't." And I was just like, why does everyone think I'm being serious? It's a joke. No, it's like...
It definitely was a joke that's veiled with truth.
Yeah, they do. They do look like they stink.
Well, me and Greg look like we stink.
They look like white trash.
You do stink.
We look like white trash.
Come on.
I can smell it from here, man.
I do. I stink pretty bad today.
Smells good.
No, you don't smell today. You don't really smell that much, Jules. You're just very, very sweaty.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
almost like I just sweat water.
Yeah, you have like
Yeah.
smell of sweat. It's very, very weird.
Okay, guys. Celebrity interactions.
I can't think of any others.
Again, I know our podcasts are going downhill because these two are just brainless and can't come up with their own.
I saw Idris
interesting
Elba
topic.
DJ a couple of months ago.
Greg was backstage of So Solid's crew.
Oh shit! Yeah, I went backstage to So Solid Crew. Yeah.
We're gonna keep
Got
trying
21
to end
seconds to
this.
go.
And then...
And I wasn't backstage, but
Did you meet all 50 of them?
No, I saw Craig David live, and
Oh.
he I wasn't backstage,
Southampton's
but
finest.
he went in the crowd, and was like hanging out with people in the crowd. People going crazy about it, and
I hate that all we've Southampton's got is Craig David.
What
That's
else
it.
was there?
It's so
I had,
embarrassing.
like I've seen like I saw what's his name Omar Souleyman out yeah. I've seen loads of musicians, and I obviously haven't, because I don't like bothering people. I've only talked to a few of them, but I've seen loads of them brush past them in crowds loads of times. But it's loads of musicians I don't think people would watch this podcast would know.
Yeah.
So it's just
Saw
like
the lead singer of Rammstein walking down the street.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Was he bashing in babies'
Well,
skulls?
no, well
and
because we were in Prague, and because like the city was full of people going to see them, so there were a lot of like people in big caliber boots and,
Time warning.
and shit like that. Fucking. But we just saw this bloke in the distance. We were like, that guy just looks just like him, and he got closer, and we were like, oh fuck, it is. And he, before we sort of do it, he just walked past me down an alley, and we were like, oh. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah,
I
so
can't think
we haven't got an ad because we put far too much effort into the ads and no one watches them.
I'm bored of putting in
So we're
effort
not-
to the adverts.
We're not doing adverts until we're big again.
I tell you what,
We're big.
if you've been
even.
skipping adverts because you think they're real, go back right now, watch all of our adverts, tell us in the comments which one was your favourite.
should just
advert.
make a compilation.
Maybe I'll do them again, but I can't be bothered. The adverts take me longer than the podcast, and we haven't had one comment about.
It takes longer. The adverts take longer than him coming over, recording the podcast, going home, editing the whole podcast.
We did used to put a lot of effort. So
Those adverts take me like a day and a half.
Okay, so
Fuck them and fuck you. I'm joking.
Okay. Should we go into the second topic?
Let's go into the second topic. Topic 2.
So the second topic, guys, is reincarnation, and I'm going to read out
Reincarnation.
the Wikipedia.
One of the most annoying things that a lot of people bring up.
Reincarnation is a philosophical or religious concept that an aspect of a living being starts a new life in a different physical body or form after each biological death. So basically when you die, you come back as something else.
But you're not yourself, and that's
Yeah.
why it's fucking annoying, because I can't stand people...
It makes no sense to me. It's like how is it you living after you're dying if you don't remember anything?
Yeah.
A couple of questions within the idea of reincarnation. First off, do you think it's true? Obviously, none of us do.
No.
Second off, what if it was true? Which animal would you come back as?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'll come back as a human.
That's the right answer.
Maria Whittaker's bra.
Or a bird.
Yeah, or a bird. I in fact, yeah, I guess I'd find the longest lived bird.
Longest lived.
And the one that eats the best. You know, I want to eat like raw rabbits and stuff. So I think that
Greg's an owl.
I'll go for
Come
like
like a
a
Smeagol.
I'll go for like a falcon or something. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know what I would come back
Owl
as.
would be boring because it's all at night and flying would be incredible, but doing that at night you can't really see much.
Yeah, but they can.
I'd want to come back
yeah,
as...
they got the egg, yeah, night vision.
Dude, be a bat.
Yeah, bats
Nah,
are cool,
I
but
don't like-
Blind, but your senses would be
I would
like
also be
heightened.
very ugly.
I don't like bats.
Bats are cute, man.
They're cute, but they're ugly cute.
Yeah, but their wings are like foreskin
Ball sack.
skin.
No, but another thing though is bats have more freedom of movement flying than birds do. They can go from like this to just go poof, and shoot the other way because of the way that because it's more it's because their wings are like membranes rather than like feathers, so that's easier for them to just go crazy. Like
More like men brains.
they have the most efficient form of flight. It's better than birds do. It's incredible. I think the evolution of flight is probably one of the most coolest things. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about.
So what would you come back as?
A falcon.
Falcon. Yeah, fuck it. Or an
What
eagle.
would you come back as?
A tapir. I don't know.
Mate, I want to know what it feels like to have one of those fucking noses.
An anteater, mate.
Nah, honestly, I'd like to come back as... No one would want to come back as something that is prey, really.
Well, what I was just about to say is I'd like to come back as something I could survive on my own, like a predator, like I can fend for myself.
You're already a predator.
Yeah, I'm already a predator. I'm already on lists. But I'd like to come back as something like that, but also in the company of humans, they would look after me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be something
Cat.
gross that I'd just be kicked away.
Cat.
Yeah, something like I don't know.
Most people say cat or
Yeah, but
bird.
then you live a life as a slave.
You're not a slave, though. 'cause-
Not really. I think a dog is a slave, but a
Yeah,
cat,
dogs are
cats
slaves.
are like, I'm going out all
Bro,
day
can
today.
you imagine
Fuck
just,
you.
like, your food's there for you. You just sleep where you want.
Cat food is grim though.
You
isn't
can
it?
watch telly.
I don't know if
Yeah, but
I,
the cats seem to like it.
I don't know if I'd want to eat cat food for like how long does a cat live? Like 10
Oh, that's an
years?
idea, Greg. What you know those YouTubers at the moment? They're doing like week on certain things. Shall I do a week on eating just cat food? See if it fucks me up.
It will fuck you up. You'll get like gut rot or some shit.
Well, here we go.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but
yours,
no-
gut.
But couldn't you do like a week on a cat's diet? Because you could have like cat food in the morning, but then you could have like a fish.
Where's
dinner.
how's that interesting?
Well, I don't think taking you to the hospital with gut rot would be that interesting. It would probably
Just
be
because
pretty
Greg
grim.
said gut rot doesn't mean it's true.
I think living
I
a
don't
week.
think gut
I
rot's
think,
a real thing. I just made that up because it sounds good.
yeah, but no, but
That's
I
some theme hospital shit.
definitely living on a week of just eating pouches of cat food would definitely have some internal
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, they'll definitely fuck you up. You are what you eat. You will become cat food.
So I'm human? I'm cannibal?
You'll start like licking.
I'm cannibal?
You'll start licking your balls and shit, man.
Ah, well,
Do that
I
anyway.
wish I could fit. That gun is
We've all
getting
tried.
in the way, bro.
We've all tried.
Dude, I licked the tip of my penis once.
At least you were able to do it. I wasn't able to get that.
Dude, I was on the back, like on my neck, legs over my head, and I was like, fucking hell, what am I saying this on my podcast? And I was like, and it's just like
Yeah, okay, we
like,
get
you
it.
know like when you yeah,
We get it. You
But I-
you had your legs up, your dick was there, and you licked it. We get it.
all right. So why is reincarnation get turned into the time I licked the tip?
That
of
was
my
you.
penis?
This is you
That's our
doing it.
podcast in a nutshell, right
Hey,
there.
you got
Topic:
God, I was like,
sucking dick.
yeah.
Okay, so
because the idea of it, I imagine, is that while your brain doesn't live on, like your mind, for some reason your soul.
Yeah,
is
so
on.
it's not you. If it doesn't
Yeah.
have your brain, your body,
'Cause,
it's
like,
not
People
you.
doing like you hear all these people doing like what's it like past life regression things.
Do you know what
where-
it's? Do you know what it's like? I can't explain it because I'm a bit retarded, but it makes sense in my head.
Can't use that
it's the
word
same.
anymore.
It's the same as
Yeah, you have to. Use
it makes
slow.
sense and it's real, but it's not spiritual or it's the same as karma when people talk about karma.
Technically, it is real.
No, but that's the thing. But it's like the same as karma. People always go like, "Oh, that's karma for you." Karma isn't anything spiritual. It's if you are a complete dickhead, people are going to treat you like a complete dickhead.
Unless you're a dickhead in secret.
No, but if you're a good person and you do good things, people are going to do good things back. That's not religious. That's not spiritual. That's not voodoo magic. It's just.
I disagree.
Nah, what?
Because I, as a person that's completely.
So you think like karma is real then?
No,
you think
no,
there's
no,
like some spiritual,
but
mystical.
My name is Greg.
But I don't think that sort of karma that you're talking about is true either. I don't
My
think,
name is
because
Greg.
I think that you look at the world as it is,
Crab Shack.
and the people that are most successful, the best people, the people that get treated amazing, are all just cunts. We have a world run by cunts for cunts. Good people do not go by in this life.
Yeah, they do. Look at Chris Pratt. Haha. Anyway, let's talk about.
It's true though. You know it's true.
Let's talk about when it comes to reincarnation. If it were true, do you think that Hitler is in the body of another person?
Well, yeah, it'd have to be.
Rat.
No,
Rat.
I don't. Because it depends.
No.
If like, if you do good things, you get a good animal. If you do bad things, like, if that's how reincarnation works, then Hitler's probably...
He's a slug somewhere.
Nah. What would be best is if they reincarnated as Hitler as a Jew.
A cockroach.
Because he would get complete.
God.
Because he'd wake up in like a Jewish body. And like, imagine if you like your past life brain works for like the first 2 years of life. So you're there observing everything, but you can't do anything.
Real and deja vu
So like
is your
he's there
former
getting
life.
circumcised and stuff. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? And then he sees the rabbi chomping down. No, but you know what I mean.
No, but that's one of the things when it comes to past life regression. They say that kids say mumbo jumbo, but it actually means that they're talking about their past life, which I think is absolute rubbish.
Or it's just because a fucking infant's
just say
brain
random
isn't
shit.
fully developed, so they babble shit because they
but
can't talk.
I have
Maybe
memories.
it's that.
I feel like I have memories that aren't mine. But I don't think that's because I've lived some weird life. They're probably from dreams, to be honest.
Do you know what? I'm going to have a callback. That's one of my pet peeves. People having to spend time around people that believe and spout that mumbo jumbo shit at you, like if you're around a baby and they're babbling and the sort of people that go, you know, that's them talking about their former life, and you have to sit there and go, yeah.
Yeah, especially
Shut up.
That's quite bad. It's not as bad as the crystal dudes, but
Crystal dudes are amazing, though.
nah,
Dude, there's
people like with these giant like crystals rubbing them. Like they're like some sort
Greg,
of...
do you remember that YouTube guy that I
penile
showed you? And
formation.
he was like talking about how he can see dragons in the sky. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, man. What the fuck's going on in their heads?
Bro, he's crazy.
Go
I'll
get
show
some
you.
help.
He's crazy.
Get help.
Yeah, reincarnation. I don't think any of us believe in it, but
Absolutely.
I think
I'd like for it to be real.
Yeah, I would.
I think what's eternal recurrence might be a real thing. But that's about it.
That's the thing. A lot of people mistake atheism as like, I don't know, sort of being angry and like, and if I had the choice, of course I'd like stuff like that to be real. I just don't believe in it.
Atheism.
That doesn't mean I wouldn't want it. If somebody said to me right now, you could make reincarnation real, of course I'd be like, well, fuck yeah.
We're not
Hell
supposed
yeah.
to talk about religion, but when it comes to atheism is not really a belief system. It's just like default.
And people that aren't atheists think that it is, and they're like, "Why do you believe that?" It's like, no,
wouldn't-
I don't believe anything. That's
Like
like
Wouldn't
default.
like agnostic be default?
No.
agnostic's the pussy way out. I don't know.
No, that's just
Agnostic
like,
is...
I don't know.
No, agnostic...
Yeah, it's the pussy
no.
way. Make your fucking mind up.
No,
Nah, it's the best way to be. You just be like, I don't know. I don't give a
Make
fuck.
your mind up.
yeah, it's the...
What do you need to make your mind
It
up?
is the wimpy way of doing it.
No,
being
but
agnostic.
Make your mind up.
Okay, let me.
Are you an agnostic? Is this what you're trying to say? to
Listen,
us?
Greg. If something exists, if you don't think something exists until you see it, then that's atheism as well. Because if an atheist saw God, then he'd be like, "Oh shit, okay, I was wrong."
No one doesn't believe in something until they see it. Like,
No, that's not
do you
true.
believe? Do you believe now?
Don't.
That's not true.
There's loads of things we believe in and we haven't seen it. It's fine to believe in things without seeing stuff, but it's kind of got you got to like because like for example,
This is so funny.
like pretty much every, yeah, but
This is so funny, Greg.
Matt, tell us about the time you licked your dick hole.
yeah,
again.
come on.
This is so funny.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is that like for
All I'm
example,
saying-
chemistry, you have never seen an atom. We can never see actual atoms, but we can still infer they exist from other things.
Yeah,
You don't
but
have
I
to
can
see
believe
things
in
to
that
believe
because it's plausible.
Yeah, it's plausible because you know
A man in the
Lines of
sky
evidence.
or being reincarnated as a fucking ladybird is not.
I think I actually want to be reincarnated into something else right at this moment.
What would you... Okay, no, let's stop being assholes. If you are religious and you believe in all that stuff, believe in whatever you want, we're not telling you not to. This is all for comedy. I know that really wasn't that funny, but we've spoken about what we would like to be reincarnated as. What would you least like to be reincarnated as? Because you could say something
Greg,
like a
get
slug
rid of that
or...
chewing gum. I can hear it here.
I can't help it.
Well, you put it in your fucking mouth, you idiot.
Yeah, what would you least
That's the
like
one
to be
thing you don't do
reincarnated?
when you have a microphone. You don't eat.
It's not eating, it's chewing. Well, technically you don't swallow it, so it's not technically eating.
Tensions are high.
I'm gonna
for the
fucking
first
come in
time.
your mouth and force you to swallow it.
That would be eating though.
Tensions are high on Threeskins.
Jesus Christ, Greg.
So like if
We're
someone comes
slowly starting to hate each other.
if someone comes in your mouth and you spit it back out, that's not eating. That is just someone putting something in your mouth. That's chewing. But if you swallow it, that's eating cum.
Okay, chewing is like the one thing you don't do.
Okay.
Especially your fucking mouth. You sound like you're chomping down.
Chewing cum.
You honestly sound like a blowjob sandwich when you chew anything.
What a blowjob
A
sandwich.
blowjob sandwich is when
What's a
two bitches are going at it at once.
How does that work?
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know. I don't think that's what it sounds like.
Bro. It does.
What would you least like to be reincarnated as? Because
Greg.
you could...
Matt.
Great answers.
So, are you talking animal or a person?
I think for the sake of comedy, it should be an animal or creature, and
Has to be
we know it's not how it works, but you would have your mind.
I know.
You'd have your mind and your thoughts
I
and
wouldn't
your
want
memories.
to be one of those fucking little fish that swim along sharks and eat their dick skin.
Oh, what? Yeah, the little sucker fish that just hang with
You
sharks
just
all
suck
day.
on a fucking massive shark for all day.
That must be such a boring... Like,
That's so rubbish.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I just remember, I'd hate to be anything at the bottom of the ocean. The bottom of the ocean scares the ever-loving fuck out
I
of
wouldn't
me.
be a sea creature at all. No,
Yeah,
fuck the sea.
yeah.
I fucking hate the sea.
No, actually, living in like a coral reef, like you see those beautiful coral reefs. I think
Yeah,
that like
yeah, until the
Finding
sharks
Nemo.
come.
Yeah, you just hide. But like living in the bottom of the sea with like
you
anglerfish.
you
and
hide in this
things.
nice little alcove. There's a fucking eel in there, and it gets you.
There's,
yeah, probably right.
The
Yeah,
sea is just dangerous.
One thing that you forget is you've seen all these creatures at the bottom of the sea, but they're in their wrong compression state.
What do you mean?
When you catch something really deep sea and it comes up, it gets like the bends, doesn't it? And it changes in shape. Like the blobfish doesn't look like the blobfish in the sea.
No, I get that, but there's pictures of them, like when they send things under the water, there's pictures of them, and they all look horrible. Bethan told me about this thing the other day.
Yeah,
There's
they
a
are quite
gigantic
beautiful.
octopus, and it has razor blades on its tentacles. I can't imagine
I don't think I've heard
anything
of that.
scarier.
What's that?
Yeah, that's when those
Could you imagine being attacked by an octopus with razor blades?
there's those scars on the sides of like whales and stuff.
Oh, no,
But when
that's,
it's not,
those are squid.
yeah, but when it's not
It might be a
propeller
squid.
blades.
It
Yeah,
might be
they've
a
got
squid.
like colossal squid. They have like on their arms. They have like these spikes.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't
that
want
they
to
can,
be.
when they grab onto them, they can latch into it.
I wouldn't
Crap.
really want to be reincarnated as anything in the fucking water.
Okay, that was reincarnation.
And this is why we shouldn't really.
Um,
if you ever wonder why we don't talk about anything serious, that's why.
Well, let's just make a drinking game. If you ever want to watch this again, rewind it and drink every single time Greg interrupts into a sentence.
We all do it though. We're all good.
Yeah, we
Greg
will do
is
that.
so bad with it though.
We're all shouting over each other. We're saying
We need to.
It's because we're passionate.
Yeah, it is, and we want to get our funny jokes in and our
Yeah.
points across before the other person's finished what they're saying.
Yes.
But that's rubbish.
Nah, because I interrupt when people are about to start talking, not when they're talking. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get my point across, and then you interrupt, and then I'm trying to talk over it.
But what it is I
Just
asked you two a
backing.
question and then you both answer.
That's because we got to both answer.
Right, guys. We're gonna go into the news.
Okay, it's time for the news. Matt, what have you found
I'm running
this week?
dry on news these days, boys.
I've got a news story that I saved a couple
News
of weeks
been
ago. If
drying
you
up,
haven't
man.
got anything. Would
This
you like
one-
me to do a news story, seeing as I don't
No,
ever
then
do one?
we'll have skinny news.
Should we have skinny news instead of
Skinny
fat
news?
Right, okay, hang on. I screenshotted it all ages ago. Let me see if I can still get it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a weird looking dick.
Yeah. Right,
Oh, yeah,
where
it's
was
a bit
it?
like a mole rat.
Scrolling through his phone.
Where is it? Here it is. We ready? Okay. Woman complains she's feeling ill. Doctors find dead tortoise in her vagina.
Nah.
Okay.
It's on the Daily Mirror.
Well, then that's concrete.
I mean,
Yeah. That's conclusive.
okay, so obviously there's lots of questions.
It's a very specifically detailed story for
Okay,
something.
well, can you find out what breed of tortoise it was for?
I don't know.
To
British
start with.
woman feeling unwell in Tenerife on holiday, stunned to discover dead tortoise inside of a
Oh, she was
vagina.
stunned.
Wouldn't you be?
I wouldn't be stunned if there was a tortoise up there because there's no way there's a fucking tortoise up your vagina unless you put it up there.
I'm thinking this is what she does. Yeah, you've seen those David Attenborough things where it's night and they're all like run into the sea.
Yeah.
She just fell asleep on the beach with her minge open, and the tortoise thought it was a little bit of a cave.
How big was
Maybe.
the tortoise?
I don't know.
That could be true.
Staff at the
But-
Them
A&E
little baby ones.
Yeah.
Staff at the A&E Department Medical Centre in the south of the island are said to have called officers in after making the bizarre discovery. So
Officers?
they called the police.
So did oh god, I can't.
Island newspaper El Dia, so maybe we can look this up because it's on the news. The island newspaper El Dia claimed she told the police she had began to feel odd after going out partying with a group of British friends a couple of days earlier, but she had no idea how the tortoise ended up
Bro,
where it
that
did.
reminds me of carroting.
Wait.
Yeah, where you shove a carrot up someone's ass when they're asleep and then snap it off. She just got sleep prank, bro. That's going to be on a YouTube channel in about 2 days.
Yeah,
Police sources in Tenerife confirmed that the story was true.
yeah, but how big?
That's
is that?
just mental. I want to see a picture of the tortoise.
Yeah, like the.
There
devil.
is a picture of a tortoise, but I don't know if that is the one.
Yeah, but
it
is
was-
that
it
the
was
breed
dead.
of it? Because it needs like people don't.
The tortoise is coming all size. It could have been a small. It could have been a very small tortoise. Like could have been.
Yeah,
that big.
if it was a baby one, that's like believable that
Yeah.
maybe accidentally it got up there. But like an actual like normal sized tortoise, there's no way that's happened. And she's just like, oh, I don't know how this happened.
Yeah,
oh."
it's like when people go into A&E and they're like, how did this 50-inch dildo come up your ass? Fell on it.
It's like-
I was stepping out the shower and I slipped. Well, on the dildo upright on your bathroom floor.
I don't get it. I like because I know for a fact that the internet is just filled with these weird ass motherfuckers that just shove things up their
There are
fannies,
some weird
up their
people.
fucking dick holes, up their asses.
She did it for views, bro.
But this kind of ties
Probably.
into one that you've told in the past. In December last year, doctors revealed a full list of baffling items found inside vaginas. The most common was scented soap, followed by a deodorant lid, a bottle cap,
Yeah.
and a penis ring with spikes on it. But it says the list was compiled in the US using Consumer Product Safety Commission's database of emergency rooms in the US throughout 360 days. And it says in July it was reported that a woman chose to buy an engagement ring, put it inside a Kinder Egg, and then insert it into a vagina, which is what we've talked about. I can't remember
Yeah.
on what podcast. But there's loads of weird stuff that's been stuffed up minges.
I don't think
but-
turtle was toppable.
Yeah,
Tortoise.
That's a tortoise.
I mean, like,
Tortoise.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
just
It was
absurd.
a tortoise.
because there are some tortoises that have like claws. So I'm wondering if it was one of those, you'd definitely be feeling that.
Yeah, she didn't say she could feel it. She just said she was feeling unwell.
That's just weird. I think that is very weird. But then again, women can live with like these moving ass
But
babies in their
Did
stomach
it
for ages.
did it say whether it come out alive or dead?
I think it was
There's
dead.
no
It
way.
said it was a dead. It said it was a dead tortoise.
surviving up a fanny that long. Man.
No, I don't think.
Can you imagine going down on the go and just seeing a fucking tortoise head poking out?
Just the head pops out like.
I fucking punch it. Punch
The
it
mother,
back in.
the mother tortoise is giving birth.
Right, guys. So I've got two I can
Back
do.
to fat news.
Fat news. Drug users count on Apple Watch to monitor heart rate during drug binges.
Do what? You do what?
So, right, you know these watches that monitor your heart rate and they connect to your phone?
Oh, I see. Right. So if you're on a
Like-
a mental night out and you're doing
Yeah.
blow left, right, and centre, and you want to look at your heart rate, you
Yeah,
use
make
that.
sure you don't like have a heart attack.
Well, obviously they would if you had that.
That's a sick idea, though, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Makes sense.
When you've just done 6 lines of a hooker's asshole, and then you've had a can of Red Bull, and it's like beep 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 beep. Yeah,
Hummingbird.
It's a good idea.
it's a good idea. It's probably not
Not saying
used
I'd
in the best
do
of
it.
ways, no, but
probably not going to help you much, but it's it's just in case.
I mean, it would help you quite a lot.
responsible drug
Well, I don't
users.
think it would.
Hey, if you're going to do drugs and you want to do them safely, this is a good way to
Is
do
there
it.
any
Nah, but, like-
safe way, really?
Yeah, I was
of
about to
doing
say,
a
like,
lot of cocaine.
when
not-
when,
it's also
when
meth.
people are doing cocaine, they're not really thinking so much about that. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing drugs, yeah. Okay, I take
Greg would
from
know.
the expert.
no, but yeah, like okay, taking Mandy. When you take a Mandy, when you bomb some Mandy, you start getting all anxious and you're just like, oh shit, and then someone comes up to you, it's like, mate, I've got some more Mandy. You want some? And you're just like, yeah, okay. You're not that sat there thinking, oh, my heart rate's quite high actually at the moment. I'm gonna stop doing. You're like, yeah, okay. If I had a heart rate thing there, I would look at it and be like, yeah, okay, mate. You wouldn't. You're not sat there going, oh, but actually, it's 100. My heart
yeah.
rate. My heart rate's 125 right now.
Yeah, but
Is it
we're
only-
talking
Maybe I should wait. Maybe about an hour, and then I can go do it. No, you're not like that.
Greg.
You're on drugs. You want to deal with drugs.
Yeah, but we're talking about people who take them in a clever way, not you.
Is it only
I
good
don't
for
think
if
many
you've,
people take drugs in a clever
if
way.
you've collapsed on the floor and you ring the hospital like I've had a lot of cocaine and I've collapsed, and they go, do you by any chance probably not know what your heart rate is? And they go, yes I do, it's blah, blah, blah. And they go, wow,
See?
you're a responsible man.
See?
But then
No,
by the time they
do.
get to you, you're already dead. So
Well, my next story is about drugs as well.
yeah.
Argentinian officers fired after claiming mice ate half a ton of missing marijuana.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
They got to the station like, yeah, like we confiscated it, but like it's all gone now. Like must have been mice or something.
Half a ton.
Half a ton is so much. That's absurd. Like, how
I've
did
just
they get away with
remembered
that?
an incredible story, and it kind of counts as news. What are we on? Am I able to tell a quick mental news story?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, right. I saw this thing on TV a couple of months ago, and it was called Cocaine Bear or something. I don't know if you've heard of it. And it was basically, I may be getting some of the facts wrong, but it was something to do with when Pablo Escobar obviously was transporting cocaine across borders. There's like wrecks of planes everywhere because they would just take planes in and crash.
Yeah.
And it was something like, I can't remember the exact details, but it was something that cocaine had a massive bale of it or something had been lost. So they sent a parachuter in or something to try and find it. They were like, you've got to find this. It was like $1 million worth of something of cocaine. Something like, you've got to find this cocaine. So sent this parachuter in. I think he crashed and died. I think his parachute didn't open or something and he died. And then they sent other people in to try and find it or something like that. And all they found was an empty bale of cocaine and a dead bear. And they were like, what in the fuck? This bear ate about $1 million worth of cocaine. They said it was enough to take down the biggest mammals on the world. It could have taken down like 100 elephants, fucking 20 sperm whales or something like. It was, and the bear ate it all.
Can you
and
imagine?
what they did to sort of as a sort of the best anti-drug campaign in the world, they stuffed the bear and put it in the local village. And you can go and visit this bear.
Let's go visit.
I've got some of the facts. I've got some of the facts wrong, but have a look.
That's
just
pretty
search
cool,
cocaine
actually.
bear, and it's in the village, and you can go and look at it. And they called it like it's got like
Well, so
these
you
like
can
pun related
get a
names.
knife, stab it, and then. Come
I have no idea, but this is
Has he
and
got
he's
a
got
really
loads
white
of
nose?
no, but he's got loads of bling on and stuff, and like
Oh, God.
I'll see if I can get a picture up or
Oh,
something,
God.
but it's brilliant.
Picture on the screen.
I got some of the facts wrong, definitely. But yeah.
So this cocaine bear, at least he died in a decent way-ish.
Pablo
You can go-
Escobar or something it's called.
Pablo
something.
Escobar.
That's it, Pablo Escobar. That's it. That's what it's called. And it's got a plaque.
So... I'm trying to think of like a pun to go with it.
I kind of wish I'd saved it and got the exact... I only got I think I just got a couple of bits mixed round, or I don't know if the parachuter died or something, but I think he did. But yeah, no, he's stuffed. Maybe on Threeskins on tour, we should go and visit Pablo Escobar.
No, Pablo Escobar is the best pun that I can think of.
No, it is the best one.
I'm thinking of like ones to do with Winnie the Pooh, Paddington.
Yeah. Is
Is
there a bear called Smokey the Bear? Because I was thinking Cokie the Bear.
there is. I swear. It's
Koki, like
Smokey the
Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
Koki Bear.
Smokey Bear is something though, isn't it?
I was thinking that, but I thought maybe that was
Is
just
it like
imagining it.
Yosemite
Might be.
Koki the Bear?
I don't
Bear.
think the Rangers are like that, Yogi Bear.
Hey, boy.
What are you doing there? Just a bit of blow.
Before we get into Agony Cunt, I just want to say this.
Go on. I've only got one agony.
My balls was hot.
My balls was hot.
That guy is so good. I love
Is that
him.
what the bear said?
My balls was hot.
Bear, why have you done all that blow? Because my balls was hot.
That's perfect. That was way better than the
Cokie,
the
why do you
fight at the end.
take your shots off? My balls was hot.
Balls. Go on then. Let's go into the Agony
Okay.
Cunt.
It's time for everyone's favourite bit of the podcast. It's time for Agony Cunt / Greg. As I say every podcast, if you would like your questions answered or if you would like advice on anything by the Agony Cunt, then please write a comment on this video addressed to Dear Agony Cunt or Dear Agony Greg, or go to our Twitter or Instagram, links are in the description, and just DM us. But please do not take anything that Greg says seriously.
Well, try to avoid it.
Now the disclaimer's over.
Yeah. I have to
the
give you the
disclaimer's
disclaimer.
longer than the actual goddamn...
I have to because you can't be trusted. Okay.
Uh,
I'm on the wrong account.
I've got one here anyway. I'll just answer quick.
Have you got one? Did
Oh no,
somebody
it's just
send you
from
one?
it's just from comments on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dear Agony Cunt.
You got to say the name.
Okay. Derpy Derp.
Okay.
I commented, Dear Agony Cunt, I've just been diagnosed with an STD. How do I tell my previous conquests, or can you just tell your mum for me?
Hey, roasty.
Comedy
Wow.
Central roast.
Mate, if that's what you're into. But yeah, if you've been diagnosed with an STD and you're trying to your previous conquests, and now if you're using terms like conquest for your past sexual partners, you quite likely don't have many. So I don't think it would take you very long to get through the list. So I don't think that's a big issue for you. Yeah, what's the next one?
Okay, the only one I have is pathetic, and it's from
Is it from me?
spooky_jabotting on Instagram, and it just says, Dear Agony Cunt, Greg, why the fuck my pee hard, please help.
Okay, now this has actually got me into something that I'm actually very interested in, and something I wanted to do, and part of that wasn't Agony Cunt for a while, but I'm going to teach you a bit of science, and I'm going to teach you the science of why we have erections. Okay? Now, did you know this, that mammals, the majority of mammals, have bones in their penises? They're called penis bones. And humans are one of the only mammals to not have bones in their penises. So, you get like a dead body of a dog, and once it decays, you've got this little penis bone. You can literally hold a dog's penis in your hand without, touching the skin. It's pretty cool. But
That's pretty cool.
you don't get that with a human. You don't, and if we go back in the sort of our, as you look at fossils, one of the things that we like to look at when we're looking for human ancestors is whether they have a penis bone or not.
Okay.
If they don't have a penis bone, then we know they're more closely related
Did
to
maybe
other
our-
apes like chimpanzees and such. But if they do have,
Did our early ancestors then have penis bones?
for a while, and then it disappeared just quite suddenly. Now, they think that the reason for this might be, it's either sexual selection, which is when, it's sort of like, like a peacock, that's sexual selection. It's not very advantageous. It's just good at attracting mates. And the thing about not having a penis bone is that it shows,
play with it in the
it shows
bar.
how healthy you are. It shows how healthy your blood pressure is. When people can't get erections later in life, it's because they have problems with blood pressure, And you know, as you get older, it's harder to have the blood pressure to get a good old stiffy. And this is one of the things that they found out is
Shit.
Sorry, I'm
looking up. Matt's looking up penis bones.
I'm looking up if you can buy them.
There's a knob bone about
legit.
this long.
And the reason the reason they think it is because mates found it more attractive to see a man that had the good like blood pressure to be able to get himself a stiffy without relying on the bone. And that is why, because one of our ancestors was born with a mutation that meant they had no penis bone, but the chicks digged it. And now we get erections. That's why you've got a stiffy, my friend, because that ancestor was born with that mutation, that he no longer had a dick bone, and now you don't have one too.
Oh
and that's why you've got
God.
a stiffy right now.
Can you send me that picture and I'll put it in? There's
It's
a
cool.
whole array of dick bones.
You can literally,
Dude,
like,
the otter one's pretty good, man. Is that one there?
mate,
That's an otter.
That's an otter cock.
That's bigger than an otter.
Some paleontologists can look at a penis bone and tell you the species just from the penis bone. It's incredible. Incredible film.
What a time to be alive.
I want to get a grey fox one because it looks like a good toothpick.
Oh my god, did you...
Now you're getting your dick sucked.
I can't remember what I watched it on, but I remember, like, there was this... It was on Netflix, I think, and it was this guy, and he made products out of bull penises. And he used to...
Of course he did.
Yep. He used to get, like, a whole batch of bull dicks delivered, and they're like this long, and he wraps them around like a metal stick, and then, like, he, like, cooks them or something so that they're all, like... And then he varnishes them, and he takes a metal rod out, and then you've got like this nice windy wood-esque walking stick. But then he also made golf putters with them, and he was trying to sell them to like golf players, and he was like,
Cool.
He was giving them to people like playing golf, and they're like, yeah, it's a really good putter. What is it? He's like, it's made from a bull's penis, and everyone was just like, what? Why?
Because
But he was trying to make loads of things.
penis bones are funny. They're funny. Imagine if we had penis bones. Like how different, like sex would be if we had.
You wouldn't be able to just play around with
but
it.
can you
'cause
Yeah,
it'd be all,
all
like-
the fun stuff about having a dick would just be gone.
you couldn't wave it around like it.
Meat spin would be
And it
good.
might be retractable because that's one of the main things about having a bony dick. That it's good for retraction.
Like a dog's lipstick.
Yeah, you're like-
I had a story of this geezer who broke his knob halfway through sex, and it cut blood off to the end of his penis, so it's like half hard and then
Oh god.
That's just weird.
this bit's hard
Like-
and this bit's like woo!
like that monster that comes out of the floor in
Like a tapir nose.
The tapir nose is back. The tapir
like
nose.
that weird worm monster that comes out the ground in Star Wars. Like that thing, just like.
So that was podcast number 11, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Was it 11?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
it
it
was.
is
We're doing this for
11
weeks.
11th one.
We got some new changes coming up. We set a little goal. We were going to get to 10 podcasts. We'll hopefully be starting the D&D soon. We're also planning on having guests on, whether that's over Skype or whether it's in person, whichever is more accessible. Obviously, there's going to be some people that we just simply cannot get on in person. But yeah, I think we're going to aim for like one guest a month maybe or something. But we're gonna flesh that out a little bit.
Can you imagine us talking over each other and then adding another person in?
They're just gonna be sat there really awkwardly
I'm just
while
gonna
we
be-
just shout at each other.
I probably won't even like partake because I won't know who it